Well, hello again, friends of theater and drinking. Trent back one more time into your homes to give you a drink recipe that you might enjoy during our upcoming virtual online gala. And we're going to wrap things up with a traditional whiskey sour. And you might say, well, wait a minute, I don't have any sours mix around the house right now, and that is definitely not something I'm going to make a special trip out to the store for. Well, fear not. You can actually make a better, tastier, more authentic whiskey sour than maybe you've made in recent past using ingredients that you probably do have in your house. Now, at the center of a whiskey sour is, of course, a decent whiskey. And I recommend you just pick a value-priced bottle here. It doesn't have to be high-end bourbon by any means. Today, I'm going to use Jim Beam. It's fine because we're mixing it with other ingredients. It's not, it's the center of the drink, but it's not pulling all the weight. So, if you've got a shaker, it's great to make this in a shaker, but if you don't have a shaker at home, I don't have a shaker at home, just find some sort of mixing glass that you can use to get things started, and we'll discuss alternatives to shaking in just a few minutes. But if you've got a shaker, that's the place to start, and to that shaker, we will add 2 ounces of our bourbon or whatever whiskey you happen to have around. After the bourbon comes some fresh squeezed lemon juice. You got some lemons at home? Great. If you don't, you could try substituting a lime, a grapefruit, other citrus, or if you've even got a bottle of lemon juice, of like real lemon, it's not the best substitute. The fresh fruit is going to give you a little more life to your cocktail, but hey, these are trying times. The bottled lemon juice, totally fine. If you've got lemons but you don't have a juicer, because once again, a juicer is not something I have at my house, you can go ahead and just use the back of a spoon to juice your lemon over a glass. We want about 1 ounce of this fresh squeezed lemon juice. One of the hazards is you may get a bit on yourself. And, I think we've got 1 ounce there. And if you've got a jigger at home, wonderful. But if you don't, as we discussed in one of our previous videos, 1 ounce, roughly 2 tablespoons. And in goes the lemon juice. Next, simple syrup. Again, something we discussed in our previous videos. Simple syrup is just a 1-to-1 mix of sugar dissolved in an equal amount of water in a low simmer over the stove. And we want 1 ounce of simple. In it goes. And lastly, the piece de resistance of a traditional whiskey sour is 1 egg white, the white from just a small to medium-sized egg. That's going to give our drink a nice texture and a frothy foam on top that's going to help with presentation when we can all have guests over again, or just presentation when you surprise your significant other with one of these drinks after dinner. So, in goes the egg white, and if you just don't feel comfortable drinking raw egg white in your cocktail, you can skip that step and just go with the bourbon, lemon, and simple. But something's gonna be lost in the texture and the foam at the top of the drink. So I do urge you to try it. Be brave. Try it with an egg white. And now we start with a dry shake. That is, we don't yet add any ice to cool the egg. We want it to have the freedom to mix with the other liquids. Now this is the part, I said if you don't have a shaker at home, this is the part where you might want to whisk it all thoroughly with a fork, whatever will fit into your mixing glass. But the tines of a fork probably going to be superior to just a spoon or a knife. But if you got the shaker, it's dry shake time. You want to give this a thorough shake, maybe as much as 10 seconds to really break up that egg white and let it mix with the other liquids in there. And at a certain point, it's going to get so frothy, you might even start to feel the shaker cap want to rise on its own. You know you're good at that point, and you can stop. Yep, you can see my shaker's popping. And finally, now we can chill the drink with the addition of some ice and a second shake to cool it all down. That should do. Ice and shake to chill. And I think the best way to present your whiskey sour, if you've got someone to impress, is in a coupe glass. But again, totally not necessary. A solo cup would be fine. A rocks glass would be a nice in-between compromise. But we finish by straining our whiskey sour into our glassware. And really, if you use the egg white, let that last little bit of foam, it's gonna sit right on top of the drink, provide a nice creamy texture. And then if you've got it, garnish with a maraschino cherry. And that, my friends, is a traditional whiskey sour. I thank you for joining me for this series. I hope it's been entertaining, if not informative, or informative, if not entertaining, or at the very least helped you on your way to a nice buzz as we all wait out this current moment. Thank you again, friends of Pittsburgh Public Theater, for joining me.